All right, boys and girls, welcome back to game number 2 of TNC versus Echo. This is the 40-minute game, so I am prepared. I've got my water. I've got everything set up and ready to go for this 40-minute game, okay? Man, all right. Before we start the video, though, just a reminder once again to everybody, MPL Season 11 awarding is going on right now, so if you guys want to give me over a vote for best English talent, that would be much appreciated. Go ahead and check out the description and the comment section down below. There's a link for voting right there. You have to go through everything, so put your full name in and then vote for the players and everything. First team best English talent is a bit, I think it's towards the end, so go ahead, vote, and let me know if you have done it in the comment section. Let's jump into game number 2. TNC first pick now, and Echo with the second. They have to ban the Joy out here. 1-1 as well. This is why the second pick is just so frustrating. You can't really, respect ban on the second phase. You can only go for these prio bans, which is pretty unfortunate, right? Because you always have to go for the Joy and technically the 1-1. The 1-1, I would say leaving the 1-1 open is a bit more okay, but still it's a hassle to deal with the 1-1, and it does really good at isolating members with the crossbow tang. Even though the weakness points or the range of the crossbow tang has been kind of nerfed, it's still really good. Skirmishes should just be the choice here. With the glue pickup here, they banned Kaja, Yuzong, and Arlet. Skirmishes should just be the choice here to go for. Lapu and Farsa. Yeah. This is the classic. This is the M4 combo. Lapu and Farsa, the one they utilize at M4. But I feel like the Faramis should have just been the choice here for Echo. Because honestly, I feel like the Faramis can work for TNC now. They can go for Valen or Faramis, which is both amazing. But I'd say going for the Valen would just be a bit less greedy, right? Because if they go for the Faramis here and they leave the Valentina open, Echo can obviously they can still flex the Valentina into the jungle, and they can honestly pick it up with a lot of big ultimates if TNC actually go for the Faramis pick, right? So the safer pick would just be going for like a Eve or a Valentina. They go for the Beatrix and the Lancelot. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? 3 of the same picks from game number 1. And it works really well. The Lancelot is going to put so much pressure on the Farsa, a bit more pressure now, and the Beatrix is just a solid lane. Now, Echo can go for like a hero that tries stability. I really wonder why they didn't go for Melissa last game, right? Because I think the Melissa should have been picked here before the Alice. The Alice makes sense. I would say the Alice really makes sense here. You're up against a glue. Your sustain is going to be very good. And you can dive to the back line. Yeah. But I honestly feel like the Alice, is it really going to be contested in the first phase? Like, do you really need to contest it in the first phase? Is it going to be banned out in the second phase by TNC? I don't think we've seen a lot of Alice games from Echo, right? From Blacklist, sure, maybe Wise. But from Echo, I don't think we've seen a whole lot of that. So maybe hiding it for the second phase would have been much better. Because now TNC can actually ban out like the goal laners that can really bully the Beatrix, like the Melissa. Echo ban out the Franco, which is really good respect already. Atlas ban comes in.
And if that's the case, then Ben things will have to probably opt for Lolita or Ruby. There's the
Kadita ban. So 2 respect bans towards Sanji, or no, towards Ben Things actually. Forgot it's the other way around now.
he's actually open as well. I'm not sure if they want to lock that in, but we'll see.
What do they ban here? Honestly, I feel like they should just ban 1 gold laner, right? They already banned the Atlas. They should ban a gold laner, and yeah, it is the Melissa that I said earlier. The Claude does well against Bea, but not as good as the Melissa. The Claude is really good actually. Like the Claude and Alice works in lane against the Beatrix. He does get bullied quite a bit in the early phase, but once he gets level 4, it is all gonna change. But the Claude and the Alice does really well against the glue, right? That split is gonna give stacks over to healing for Alice, and it's gonna give the passive for Claude very easily. To go for the Kufra. Okay. Roamer. Did he go for a Cho again? We've seen the Cho. We've seen Yaoi's Cho pop off against the Kufra, right? Will he lose 2 times in the Cho is my question. Kagura, wow. And yeah, it is the Cho.
So the Cho is locked in here for Echo.
Wow. Kagura. This is a very mid-game draft for TNC, man. It's a very late-game draft for Echo. So how the fudge did TNC win 40 minutes into the game?
In the current meta.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I think we're just gonna dive straight into the game, guys. We already have 40 minutes of game time to talk over. So, yeah, we'll skip all that. Let's see. This is again. This is Yaoi's favorite skin, I think. I don't know why, but a lot of like players don't like the Saint Seiya skin. I personally do like the Saint Seiya skin, but I'm also not a good Cho, so yeah. But Yaoi is, and he likes the Saint Seiya skin. So props to Yaoi, man.
Or possibly even get a kill early on. That'll be big for them. And with
Already building towards what's it called? The steel leg plates very early on. Up against any hero. Honestly, when you're on a Claude, you're always going to be the weak side. You're always going to be a weak matchup. So go for the, yeah, go for first item, steel leg plates, and build over to tough boots. You really need it in lane. But it really helps with everything, honestly, that defense.
Kagura's performance in
King Kong, better clear on the tank slot. TNC should be able to clear the early game, or should be able to control the early game with the composition that they built around themselves, right? They already have a winning matchup in the gold lane with Innocent early game. Remember, Benny can definitely win out in these, in the laning. Once he gets level 4, that's a bit of a turning point, but it should still be Innocent. I think when it gets level 4, it comes down to like a skill matchup. That's still a little bit advantageous towards the Beatrix. Good hits, but Benny did a really good job there. Innocent really wanted to go for the gold turret, but Benny was holding the minion off there, freezing the wave. Oh! Holy shit, good move, Sanji. Could have been horrible. Nice one. Utilizing, again, on the Alice, guys. Don't be mad if you're Alice jungle, or if you're an Alice jungle, tell your teammates that pre-level 5 or pre-minute 5, you don't take any XP and gold. You're just getting free stacks, okay? Because I've seen so many people get mad over, against their jungler. Or yeah, they get mad at their jungler. Because their jungler comes in to clear the wave, it's like, dude, if it's below the 5th minute, it's all good. Unless, obviously, there's stacks in play as well. Still, King Kong definitely going to have the better retribution here. And early game, like I mentioned, I don't think Echo should be contesting any of these neutral objectives. Remember, TNC, they have the better early game, early to mid comp. And the early game isn't their strongest point. Their mid game is going to be the scariest point. So if their early game is already this good, you gotta be very careful as to not give them that snowballing, snowballing potential.
this is the first time that he's played Alice so far in the season.
Exactly, right? I feel like that might have been like a little bit of a mistake because Carl TZ, this is the first time that he's played the Alice in MPL PH, but they picked it up in the first phase. I really feel like if they pick up the Melissa earlier, it could have been good. Like, they could have picked up the Melissa into the Beatrix lane, and then the Alice could be like a cheese pick towards the end. They could pick the Cho because everybody kind of expects the Cho, right?
I think he just didn't get the angle that he was looking for against Ben Things. But, again, it didn't result into too many bad things. He's still going to be searching for it.
Yeah, and they found Ben Things. He's going to be immobilized. He eats a feather strikes and a full combo coming in from the Mexico.
Worth it. Very worth it. Good, well played. They got Carl TZ for Ben Things there. Echo were looking for I don't know how did it start actually. How did this start? Ben Things was just waiting there. Yaoi opens up the bush, gets Ben Things. There's also flowing blood there plopped in. So yeah, it's just Yaoi. Yeah, I think the way the dragon was a bit too late there. I think he could have gone for the kick a bit earlier, but it's just nitpicking at this point. They do get a trade. Benny gets a clear out to the mid wave, and then he rotates over to the bottom lane. It's something that you want to try to do as well in the Claude, but obviously get your teammates' permission, guys. Because it's very greedy, right? Getting 2 waves, clearing it out, not letting your mid laner get that gold. It's definitely going to put your mid laner behind, but if you can carry the game, and if you want to get that power spike faster, yeah, it makes sense. Even here, though, because he's in a losing matchup, you can already see, even after he got a full mini wave in the mid lane with his ultimate, the goal is still kind of even. Innocent on the Beatrix, able to farm really well, just like he did in game number 1.
As long as they don't get caught. And that's
Nice way the dragon. Dead Innocent. Well played, Yaoi.
Ben Things escapes with around 40% of his health, but a full blast onto the Beatrix He's gonna only stand us and watch as Echo.
Not enough damage to burst him down. Good gold onto Benny. And even a turtle going to Echo.
That's curious.
Jay, you can already see. Now Echo are kind of playing in that way, right? Where they're kind of reacting more towards the plays coming in from TNC. Like, no, not actually. Echo are actually the ones making the proactive movement, right? And TNC are the ones trying to actually rotate. But at this point, TNC have already put Ben things over into the bottom side. And even forcing the Kurugura down below, which is... I don't know. I feel like maybe Escalera should have rotated up top to with the team. Maybe that would have given them a bit more of a chance to react to the play. Because, yeah, it ends up being a double win for Echo. Winning the turtle fight, getting Carl TZ ahead, despite him being 2 levels down. I really don't know how he pulled that off. But even an Echo like Benny getting so much more farm and gold down below. It's a massive win for Echo. That gold lead in that mid game could be kind of like nullified or neutralized here just with that play. Yep, there you go. Gold lead already moving over, right? It was Beatrix who had a little bit of a gold lead. Now it's the... Oh.
Yawi, can he get the angle onto the kick for Escalera? Escalera still surviving. Echo ramping up. So, what we were talking about earlier in terms of the slower speed of one Alice, seems like it's starting to ramp up. Ben Fink trying to bounce away. Can he block it? Yeah.
Nice Tyrant's Rage to cancel it out, but it is going to be the way of the dragon. This fight would... Oh, yo, Ben... What? Ben survives! That's the blazing duet. Oh, he couldn't pop in the BMI back. That's not worth it at all. Ben thinks his second death for Benny's first, and it's a gold lane. Nah, definitely worth it for TNC here. A lot of these trades look really good for Echo at the start, but then end off really bad.
Right? Yeah. This is a great adjustment from last game. Game 1, they were lacking damage in their draft, right?
Yeah.
They were very honest about how they wanted to engage. This time around, even if Carl DC is struggling, the fact that they can just hit one with the way of the dragon and eliminate him just leads them up.
Look at how they're taking this lane, by the way. Look at how Innocent's taking the lane. He's just last hitting. He's not pushing, he's not clearing. And again, utilize this, guys. He's waiting for this minion to clear it out, and then he's going to try to freeze it here so that it gives him more pressure to play with in the lane against the Claude. You guys should really utilize this. Little things like this win you games. I'm not even joking. It literally wins you games. Like, playing with the wave control, man. Control your waves, boys. But then they notice, you know what? Claude has rotated up top. Never mind. We'll shove it. But the idea was there. Whoa! Very aggressive from Hesu. Holy shit. Way the dragon locking him down. But it's really good. Again, best weak side player. Best weak side goal XP lane. Has to be the glue. Unkillable. As long as you pop the split on time, you're unkillable. That's very hard to kill you, man. You really need that damage. And maybe usually it's from like Lunox. But here, definitely the damage isn't enough yet from Echo. King Kong should win this again. Yep. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, if you're on a lance, it's... I don't want to take anything away from King Kong because obviously that was still well played. But on a lance, you do have an advantage. Especially with a 1-level lead, you have a double advantage.
I said this. King Kong can hold his own against the best in the world, and he's doing it, right? We saw this. We saw the potential earlier in the season.
Ben Finks bounces in front of Yawi's face. Yawi won't find the angle for the kick. Benny Goody sending Ben Finks back.
Good snipe by Innocent. Innocent's very on point here on the Beatrix.
Take a breather here for a second because this game, yeah, is very different from the previous one where you have a lot of back and forth, right? Ben Thing's not able to find some of the setups he's looking for. But
Very slow-paced game. Both teams just trading at this point, right?
relationship with the overlapping of ultimates is
Conceal. Alright, let's take a look at the item. Sky Guardian helmet already built up. First item for the Lancelot. Fury Hammer to the BOD. Carl. Oh, good mobility there right before he gets chunked with Tyrant's Rage, but he's still gonna die. Good burst from TNC. Wow. Wow, Escalera, wow! Holy crap! See, even when he died there, it's still not bad at all because it actually baits out so many of the resources. Sanford had to flicker to get that kill. And yeah, it becomes, again, a lead for TNC. These fights are going so well for TNC because they're playing it really well, dudes. And then they rotate over to the bottom side, knowing that, you know what, if Sanford died, we can't actually go for this. There's no one who can actually defend this. And they get a good trade. Because the turret up top was taken, right? And so it's not for free.
they're doing a great job at playing around that. Yawi's just going to go ahead and kick Hesu in the direction because, you know, he doesn't want
Both teams setting up for the Lord now, but it should be advantageous for TNC with the mid-game power spike that we mentioned earlier. Yawi immobilized. Benting's not connecting on the Tyrant's Revenge.
From danger of the Tyrant's Revenge. TNC are not going to be fully committed just yet. Lord
Okay.
responds.
Oh, this is where things are going to be crucial, right?
Yep. This is where things are going to get crucial.
There's quite a bit of space to work with for both teams. I mean, even-wise, right? There's only one turret for each side down cross map. So they're going to be fighting for pretty much position advantage here for this first Lord. And this is where I expect to see Echo's lineup shine if they can really find the position advantage, the lockdown around this Lord pit. And that's why there's so much even focus here mid lane, trying to push what they can. But with those tier 1 turrets still standing up, it's very difficult to actually give it a go. And we'll see them just kind of poke back and forth for now.
All the more, the mid lane turrets are important because neither team can actually make a quick go at the Lord without those falling.
Yeah.
It's not as safe.
Yeah, it's just a battle of setup right now. Like, Echo are setting up for
These bushes.
but the thing is, I don't think Echo should be doing it, you know? Remember the mid-game power spike that we mentioned? It's time for TNC to actually, you know, go for these fights. And yeah, you can see the damage from Innocent, and they're still going for this. What? Echo trying to flip it. Yeah, what?
Gets it. The knockup of the Sadford. Bandicoot with a blazing duet to try and survive and take down Hesu.
Oh my god.
Hesu gets
Wow, well played by TNC, dude.
walk away.
Echo, I mean, to be honest, that was really well played too. I thought they were just inting there, 3v5. But they understand that, you know, TNC have used a lot of their resources, actually all of their resources, all their ultimates down. So that's why they decided to pull the trigger here. Benny getting the stack slowly but surely and then jumping in. Yeah, but again, TNC with the mid-game power spike definitely has a massive advantage when it comes down to these Turtle and Lord fights, right? And I feel like Echo are not respecting that enough. Carl TZ definitely hasn't hit that power spike yet. He needs to wait a little bit longer.
The Hesu innocent.
Clock and, yeah, and dominance, so...
Naisu says Naisu for Inasu.
Oh man, I love to see it. And looking at the items here too, Echo is
And because they're this far ahead, look at the build again. The Lancelot is going for the War Axe.
here for TNC. Things being completed, even with Escalera having that Genius Wand, the Clock of Destiny, plus the Arcane Boots, the burst is already there. When he lands it, again, he's doing a great job at actually finding those moments to capitalize on. But still, Yaoi only has an Athena.
And the siege from Innocent is gonna be so good, dude. Good thing about Echo is they have phenomenal wave clear, so that's most probably why it ended up going 40 minutes in. They have an amazing wave clear, like really good. Benny, Sanji, and Carl all clearing waves really fast, especially the Alice here. The later the game goes, more stacks in.
Back games of this hero.
Oh, oh.
Absolute menace for Echo to handle. 5,000 gold lead. What can the F4 World Champs do? The Aoi finds someone he's going to get a kick, but it's Hesu he finds. If it's going to be Echo bound in danger.
Wow. 5,000 gold lead for TNC, but the Echo are still fighting it like this, dude.
He's going to be able
Benny with the Purify, dealing damage, staying out of harm's way, getting the BMI out. Dude, that's an incredible trade from Echo. Like, for real, that's an incredible trade. Despite them being so far behind, getting that much done is insane, man. Like, you're able to fend off, you're able to get Hesu down, only losing Yaoi, but yeah, Carl TC dies in the end too, but still, it's really good for Echo in that particular situation because they're able to fend off. No, and even the steal from the purple buff here. Sanji, well played.
Now you're seeing that refined version of it. You saw even how they played around
Wow.
TZ from not allowing him
Benny's not that far behind, dude.
such a good call.
Only 1,000 gold behind
Kong innocent
in a game like this.
gold.
Gotta give props to Carl TZ and Benny, especially Carl TZ though. Carl's been dying so much, but he's still up there in the gold department. His pathing is insane.
He's got that extra kind of defense button to play around with. But so far, he hasn't needed to really be defensive.
And gentlemen, that's exactly what makes this whole 12-minute bout from TNC so impressive, is the fact that it's not just Echo laying down and taking it. The fact that TNC are able to flow with Echo's game plan. The way they've evolved from game one, changed the lineup, and now TNC are answering that. Yes, Echo got a little more experimental here, but the fact that TNC can keep up with it is what's really
Oh,
keeping me
Yaoi very aggressive. Again, battle of setup once again. Clearing waves here and there. Top lane already slow pushed. So TNC don't really need to care about that. They just need to care about the mid and bottom lane. King Kong already with a proper like push pull onto the Lord. That's a free Lord. Free Lord.
with
Sanford opened it up, but Alice was nowhere near there. So it's another free lord. Again, going to TNC in the way of setup. Setup is impeccable from TNC. Honestly, so good. It's like there's I don't know how to explain it. TNC are very good like at this type of. They're really good at playing in that way with this draft.
Contested that.
I really wonder how or why they lost against Onyx PH.
13 minutes of the game. They've actually got a pretty good high ground defense. Like they can sit in their base.
Wind of Nature, Malefic Roar, yeah, it's everything already built up. Blade Armor, Athena Shield, Endless Battle for the Lancelot.
Especially Yowie. If he's going to be the one that front line looking for the pickoffs, he needs a couple more there.
The 3 core items for the Claude already built up as well, so that's the power spike. He's building toward the Wind of Nature now. Good wave clear, remember. Very good wave clear from... Oh, Benny with the Purify. Nice one. Now that should be the punish. Yep, good punish. Very good punish. Play it for a very long fight here. Long fights. Echo definitely wins. Sanford with a massive stun. Yo! So it's the opposite to game number 1, technically. Game number 1, TNC had the better prolonged team fights with the Beatrix and their own Farsa. Here, it should be Echo with the Alice, Farsa, and the Claude. Mainly the Claude and the Alice. Remember, these long team fights, the drawn out ones, are going to be really good for Echo.
Make something happen. They did it, but what I'm wondering, and you're going to look at it later, is Innocent was cut off. He was in a bad area. I think he probably thought, you know, let's call it off. We got the mid inhibitor.
It's very well played. Very well played by Echo. Utilizing their drafts again really well. So again, by both teams, they're executing it super well. I think the only mistake that Echo made was getting a bit too greedy in the early phase of the game, because if they were able to survive in the early game, not give that much of a lead over to TNC, I think this would have been Echo's game to win, like for sure. Because they would have actually been able to wait for that power spike to hit without losing this much, right? Because they've hit their power spike, but at this point, TNC have gone so much of a lead already. 6,000 gold lead and the base turret, right? If Echo were able to minimize that in the early game, I swear, Echo would have actually taken this game. Because TNC wouldn't have been able to utilize their power spike as much if Echo minimalized their losses early game.
Everything they've done is to give them a big enough lead as much as possible, because they know it will be inevitable that Echo can fight back. TNC is getting closer to that point. Have they built
Bottom lane now slow pushing for Echo. Has to be dealt with with King Kong. By King Kong, but again, because the tier 1s are still up, right, from TNC, and because Echo weren't able to find those trades early on, it's really going to start to hurt them here. Like, you will really feel the mistakes you made in the early game will really start to feel like in the late game, the late stages. And that's what you're seeing here. The slow pushes are being cleared so fast, and it doesn't really need to be cleared up by King Kong there as well. King Kong clears it out just to give the turret more HP, like to play with. But again, the turret could have cleared it out pretty easily too. Carl, oh, the Lord helped him out, dude. That was so good. The Lord actually helped him out. You see that knock up, dude? Oh my god. Remember, prolonged team fights. Look at the ultimates all used up already for TNC. This is gonna be good for Echo. The way they're playing it. Let's see. Let's see. See? There you go. There you go. Holding off. Benny. Ah, well played. Remember what we said, boys. TNC need a very good combo to win these fights. Oh, dude, that damage. Oh, King Kong. Well played, Hesu, dude. Holy crap, he brought him back. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, so prolonged team fights does favor Echo, but not a super like if it's prolonged if it's postponed and held off for that long, the ultimates do come back. And remember, technically, in these long team fights, King Kong, Hesu, and Innocent does pretty well too. Echo definitely has an advantage, but they need to also be wary of their resources and the death timers, because TNC were able to respawn and come back all the way, right? Oh, that could have been so good for Echo. Had they pulled back, had they taken the dub and reset again, it would have been so good. But they wanted to go for the Lord there, and it ended up giving TNC the better skirmish. Athena Shield selling the boots for Benny.
Defend this. They're most likely gonna lose their inhibitor.
Okay.
Still, the fact that the way this lineup works, they're gonna be
Again, though, it's really good wave clear. Now you can really understand why. Well, now I can understand why it took 7 Lords to end this game.
playing out of their mind.
The wave clear that Echo have is insane. Claude, Alice, and the Farsa. Look at that. Look at that. The Lord just melts down, dude.
It's rushing the Lord here in mid. The side
And there's not much that TNC can actually do, because Echo can just split. Like, there's always going to be... They don't need to put all their members in the mid lane. They even with the 3-wave push, they can clear it out pretty easily. They'll get base turrets. Sure, they'll get base turrets. Base turrets are fine. But the base, yeah, I don't know about that. It's going to be really hard to find that base.
Echo's last bastion, the bottom lane inhibitor.
Well, they're gonna have to hold on to it. They should be able to, but look, Benthing's charging up here.
Thanks. Start to press it. Oh, he misses the race and sidestep. Feather Dash strike committed right away there by Echo, but TNC back off. Good call by them to not commit it, but
Oh, oh, oh.
Can he find the angle for the way of the dragon? Hesu protecting Escalera. Reset for both teams.
Loving the respect that TNC is presenting here. Echo, despite being
Purple buff, very important for Carl TZ here. Very important contest. King Kong gets it, but the way the dragon break... Oh, well played. Look at Benny. Just look at Benny, guys. Oh, Carl as well. Carl baited out so much, he isolated the back line completely. Oh, Sanford's low. He's dead. Wow, Innocent has been so good, dude. My god. Even a later stage here, I feel like TNC are doing really good, right? The Beatrix late game, definitely very underrated. A lot of people speak about, talk about the mid game for Beatrix, but the late game is actually insane too. You can see the damage still being present here. Despite them having a 9,000 gold lead, I think in the 20th minute, everybody already has full items, right? So the damage is really reflects the power of Beatrix.
They've got the minions gonna march in. Can they hold on?
Yes, they can. The thing is, the more the waves push in like this, the more stacks Alice will have. And it just gets scarier and scarier as time goes. No boots as well for the Bia. Already the Malfic Roar built up with the Wind of Nature as well.
So he got
No boots.
one, right? But
He went for Immortality, I believe, yeah.
yes, TNC still has that
And there should be another free Lord for TNC.
contest that they want to contest.
Oh, they want to contest. Never mind, no free Lord. Mini waves though. I feel like if they... Yeah, it's so hard for Echo now. They have to constantly be going for this, but mid lane, top lane, all super minions. Oh, that's... Escalera.
Too sour for TNC's taste. As the mage of TNC is down, it's an advantage here for Echo right now.
A big advantage now.
Like that, Echo might have found the massive opening to make sure that this will not be a sweet victory for TNC. But TNC are still holding on. They have the right amount of bodies, the right amount of members to contest this.
Yeah, because Escalera doesn't really have... Oh, look at top lane, look at top lane, look at top lane, look at top lane. Okay, that's what they want to do. Okay, they want to split push. Because Escalera has kind of fallen off in terms of damage, that's why losing Escalera isn't really too crazy, you know? Like, if you lost the Farsa in this kind of team fight, then you'd be like, oh, shit. But losing Escalera is like, you know what? We could still go for a 4v5, and we can probably still play it really well.
This could be a retry battle for the ages. A nightmare or a dream. TNC or Echo. It goes to
Carl. Well played, dude, Carl.
Bam, says the GOAT as he takes the clutch 20-minute plus Lord.
as well a fist bump to
Wow.
the playmaker who almost literally
And they also defend really well. Like, they recalled there, noticing that the Beatrix wasn't there, and noticing the Beatrix was up top. So it's just well played. Items, nothing has changed, really. Immortality being built up by Yaoi here.
So now, given that whole
Radiant armor. So he sold the Molten Essence here for the Lancelot. Sold the Molten Essence, went for the Radiant armor.
turrets along the map, that's what Echo needed, right? They needed to be able to work with space. So they've managed to grab themselves that. Now, TNC
Nothing really out of the ordinary. Very normal builds here.
really has to be even more careful now
Exactly.
on this Kagura pick because we saw what can happen.
Joseph, it's that same point that you mentioned, the fact that they have a Kagura,
Yep.
which makes their defending prospects not as nice as Echoes, because they had a Farsa. Wave clear is great. High
Yeah.
defense is amazing.
The wave clear is going to be a question here for TNC now, and that's going to be a free base turret taken, man.
Raj with Biahing to comply.
But it's rage.
Free Lord at this point is a max one. Hezu trying to zone out the members of Echo right now, and that's going to be the Lord getting taken down by Hezu.
That's a 4-man mobility, actually. If that was followed up by someone, it could have been massive.
Hezu still bouncing with a split. Not going to find any.
Good defense by TNC, but in TNC's defense, they're always going to have to sacrifice like a few base turrets. Maybe like they have to sacrifice a few turrets, and maybe one base turret. For Echo, when they defend, they can defend pretty easily. Like even without base turrets, they can defend pretty easily. So again, yeah, TNC really need to get control of the Lord. That's their main win condition here. If they don't have the Lord, if Echo gets the Lord, Echo will have a better time sieging and ending the game. Much of a better time compared to TNC. Because TNC, even when they have the Lord, it's very easily cleared out by Echo.
As we find ourselves in a very stalemate situation. Right?
Yeah, it's a stalemate now.
Holding on to their inhibitor turrets. TNC has 2.
Now it's back to how they set up and play around the map, how they utilize the rules to break it, right? What I mean by breaking the rules is maybe they don't go for setup. Maybe like you think the default play here from both of the teams, this is again the default play would just be to clear out the waves before the Lord and maybe go for pickoffs around the waves that are pushing in, right? But they can just try, or while Echo is pushing in bottom lane, they can try to conceal away. It all comes down to creativity at this point, because going for the default plays, I think at this level won't really win you games, right? So we'll see what happens, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happens here from TNC to be able to close out the series. There's no way they just play default and then Echo makes a mistake based on that, because they'll be able to clear out these waves really well too, and they've been micromanaging really well.
Teams, but Echo has those abilities, those items even to drag out a fight a couple seconds longer. And that's where they
Good pick, man. Disaster. King Kong buys immortality. Holy shit, King Kong. Dude. Again, it's so good because they are happy to go for, like, if Escalator dies, it's fine. As long as King Kong is alive, they can still contest for the Lord here. And that's what they're doing. Innocent. Oh my god, the Lord. Innocent with a good flicker. King Kong with a winter truncheon. Also, he bought it earlier. Oh, you Innocent. Holy shit. Oh my god.
It's not as simple to call it a trade.
Ben thinks dead. It's fine. You still have King Kong, Hesu, and Innocent. You need to contest for this. Right? There's no way they don't. Yeah, they gotta. There's no way. Because if they leave this, it's an end. It's a free end for Echo. They cannot defend. King Kong is gonna pull off a massive steal, man. No way. No, they don't. What? How do they defend? Holy shit. Oh my god. I thought for sure... How did they defend this? Only Sanford is down. Oh man. They're gonna lose 2 base turrets for sure.
I feel like there was a little, this is a Filipino word, gigio there. with the-
That's right.
That's Gigo for sure.
That's gigio right
That's
there.
Giga right there.
The Mo comes out, the recall,
He buys Endless Battle again. Benny buys Emo.
pushing in with a
There's some
and like you mentioned, Leo,
potions being bought as well, man. What the heck?
great of a defensive clear like Echo had, and that's what we were talking about even minutes ago.
Kill pressure. Escalera.
Hezu trying to block it right now, but
There you go. There you, dude. Escalera. He knows that he can't fucking clear the waves. So what does he do? He waits in that bush. Sanji gets caught, and that's what saves him the game. So smart. Again, default plays don't win you the game. Escalera here with a fucking amazing decision. Even, it's fine. If he dies here, it's fine. He buys the immortality in time, baiting some more time, and look, baiting Echo out so that the base can be fended off from that Escalera, buying even more time. The mechanics on this guy.
Escalera really slippery.
And now it's
Here is
unendable, I would say. Without Sanji, the main way that Echo can actually siege down base, the base, is with Sanji. If Sanji can pop in the Feather Airstrike and zone Innocent away, that's the main win condition here. But again, they can't really look for that. Good play by Ben Things. Dude, oh my god, Ben Things. How are they 8th place? They're too good to be 8th, my dudes. What the heck?
Scrambling to safety. King Kong chasing after him. Ben thinks commits the flicker.
My god.
Doesn't get it. This series, this game is not over yet.
Gentlemen, it's our 4v3. TNC can capitalize.
Sanford at 48, Sanji at 17. The
Oh my god. Items. Still, nothing has changed. Mainly.
If TNC wins,
Oh my god. They've just been swapping items back and forth. Glowing wand now. What a choice to go for. Did he have a glowing wand before? Was I blind? I think he did have a glowing wand before. No, he had a Clock of Destiny, so he sold the Clock of Destiny. Wait, I gotta check. Okay, I gotta check. 527.01. When's the last item check? Here, okay. So he did have a clock. He sold the clock. Okay. Okay. So later on in the game, the clock... Yeah, the glowing wand definitely gives you more value, guys. Honestly, in my opinion. Because the later the game goes, you need that DOT on the... It helps with the Kagura. You already deal burst. You already have plus the glowing wand. Yeah, so very smart here.
50 and 50. Because the way things are falling into place, TNC can come out on top of those fights. Big thing though is a lot.
Yeah, but it comes down to Innocent. Really, it really comes down to Innocent. And if Escalera can get one of those plays again, those magical plays to flank, if he finds Sanji, it's over. Sanji needs to be very safe here. He needs to play like very safe. Too safe. He needs to play too safe. He needs to just wait in the back. He needs to play like Benny on the Melissa at M4. He just waits.
It's only possible really because of how Ben things held the fort and how the rest of TNC just piggybacked off of that. Now that Echo has a slight lead again, the aforementioned immortality.
Look what they're doing. Pressuring top again. They need to be doing this, right? Because if they go for the default Lord Dance, they won't be able to. They need to utilize the kill pressure within their composition with the Kagura to try to assassinate someone with the wave pushing up top.
Now it's TNC first on the scene.
Sanford's the one who...
Following through, play it elsewhere.
Wow. Let its rage. Yin Yang overturn. Sanford immortality down. Worth it. Already worth it. Sanford dying is just a bonus here. Sanford losing immortality is already so big. So big. Benny buys Emo. Selling Athena? I think so. Hesu gets a brute force here in the later stage of the game. Okay. They clear it. Good one. Slow pushing up top. They already have that lead. They slow push up top. So they kind of forced the Lapu to, again, respond to top and bottom lane.
They got the
Let's see.
down, so minor advantage there. Plus Sanji also had
Now they go back to default, right? Because top lane is slow pushing. And now, yeah, see, Lapu has to be forced up there. And he has to use the Bravest Fighter to clear out the waves. That's coming up later. Because even if he clears out this wave, oh, he doesn't. Okay, so he just clears it a bit, knowing that his team wants to go for this team fight, he has to rotate. So Sanford already rotating here. Winner Truncheon by Hesu. Hesu dead. How do they win this? Bottom lane is still... Okay, good reset, actually. They don't want to go for the 50-50.
That's a minute and a quarter until
No Hesu. Top lane still slow pushing. The Lapu has to go there. Has to pop in. Bravest Fighter. Yep, he does.
the following minute or so, and I think, fellas, it's a
They need... And look at Innocent. Instantly with the response. He wants to build another slow push there. Because he knows... Or no. He's trying to look for a pick. No, yeah, he goes for a slow push here. He wanted to go for a pick, but notices that Sanford already rotated. So there you go. He's already built that up. Pushing in. That's the only way. Oh, wow. Well played by King Kong with the Thorn Rose there. King Kong can steal this. King Kong can definitely steal this. Oh my god, what a steal! And also... Dude, it's so well played. Okay, why is it so well played? Because they are simultaneously, while the Lord is being contested, look at the Bittrex already up top, so it kind of forces Lapu out, and it's never a 4v4, it's never a 5v5 team fight, right? And Echo can't utilize their draft properly because of that. They cannot zone, they cannot look for those crazy fights, and in the end, it's just very messy because Escalera can find these maneuvers because the Lapu wasn't there to open up that part of the map. So with Sanji down, oh my god, it just gives so much more room for TNC. Ben can die and it's all good. Dude. Escalera. Escalera, man. Well played.
Sanji.
2v4, maybe asterisk 3v4. Lord coming in to buy some time for TNC.
Jesus back up already.
It's dire straits. Joseph, this is tough.
That is more than TikTok timers here.
Look at how fast Carl easy clears his Lord though.
They bought
He's a tank, by the way. He's not building full damage.
be able to manage to hold on long enough, but Echo, man, what a game. When I said about 15 minutes ago, by a couple minutes, I didn't expect it to go this long. But Echo has done it, and TNC is holding their own as well. But at this point in the game,
I'm looking at the items right now, boys. Nothing too crazy. Everybody is like really kind of like rose gold though. Whoa,
anything to buy a couple
rose gold. Hunter strike, bloodlust, rose gold.
King Kong to be up, Ben Things will be up in 20, Sanji up shortly, and we're back to square one.
Rose gold has been buffed, by the way, guys, in the last patch. So, well, the Magic Blade has.
Still with an 84% win rate here.
I'm buying the RDWR. This is legit. I understand and I accept this. That is the actual RDWR because TNC, their victory by taking that late game Lord really came off of a clutch play, but that's about it. They were grasping at straws.
Yeah, I agree with the real-time win probability as well. Definitely favors Echo for sure. Like in the later stage of the game, like we've been mentioning from the early game, Echo definitely have a massive advantage when it comes down to playing out the late game. But TNC have been, I would say, just outplaying. Have been outplaying Echo. Yeah. The fact is they have a mid-game composition. They're able to win in these late game fights, and they've been able to constantly be stealing, be playing around the minions super well. That's them outplaying Echo.
Bloodoat and some other things too. So TNC, how can they even get close enough to this Lord? Because now, with the positioning that Echo has on the map, they have a potential to split push it too. And again, the factor that we mentioned earlier, the TNC need to expend so much to just try and take down at least one or two members of Echo. There's
Look at how tanky the buffs get when you get to 34 minutes. Have I played a 34? I think I have played a 34-minute game. It's definitely not as disciplined as this. It's not the way they are playing, but I have played a 34-minute game. I think my game had like 60 kills in total. No, 50 kills, I think, around there.
I think what you're going to see is them juggle it in when they get prepped for this Lord.
When it's time.
Yeah, when it's time.
It's setup time again.
Right now, I think it was only
Okay.
Sanji that had the wings.
So they leave Hesu to deal with the bottom lane, and then they rotate up top.
For the most part, right? Aside from Betty Cutie, because he has a win of nature and he can just BMI out of there. Now, what you've seen also TNC try to do is
Oh, yowie, yowie, yowie.
they haven't been able to find it though. And you can see how much actually they're struggling to get in position here to contest this Lord, not let it just be taken by Echo.
Oh, look at that. Already 50% is the Lord. King Kong can barely get close. All he's
Hesu has slow pushed that bottom lane already, so it's really good. Now they have more pressure to play with. That bottom lane can't be shoved in.
try and stop them. Escalera gets fired out by Yawi. Hesu trying to get the
Feather airstrike. Oh, wow, yowie!
Oh, Yawi
Immortality bot, though. Buying enough time. Well played. Yowi's dead. Yowi's dead with the Beatrix roaming down there. Oh, he's not. He actually gets out. Holy crap. Okay.
out of there. The Lord gets reset.
Oh
TNC
my
and
god.
Echo. They're 2
And with the Lord reset, that I honestly feel like Echo should have pulled the trigger there, because some of the members were already like they had to go for that, because the bottom lane now is slow pushing. The setup that Hesu has done earlier is now really going to pay off for TNC. They can clear off mid lane, bottom lane is slow pushing, top lane they can micromanage it. Yeah, they have to commit onto this. They have to commit, and the retreat goes to no, it's just a fight. Oh my god, King Kong! Oh my god, King Kong, bro! Oh my god! And then they pull back and they have that slow push wave down below to play with. Oh my god, it's so good, TNC, what the fuck? Holy crap, bro! They're so good at video games, bro. Oh my god.
we've seen all season long.
To the good people watching at home, if you've lost track, that's Lord number 7. Lord number 7 in
Lord number 7.
this game.
What? An
Oh my god.
series in a game too.
Oh,
Oh.
they find King Kong up top. Yawi with the kick and let's get the feather dash right. But King Kong, what in the hell?
He buys immortality.
King Kong, King Kong.
I'm sorry. He buys immortality.
In a game too.
Oh,
Oh.
they find King Kong up top. Yawi with the
Oh my
let's get the feather dash right. But King Kong just
Then things.
Ben things.
It's the end. It's the end. 37 minutes.
That's the Lord. TNC, they were told they didn't.
Oh, what the fuck? Innocent. Holy shit, this guy's cracked. And even Escalera. Oh my god, Senji buys the winner. No way to defend this. Come on. Do we have a 40-minute game actually? No, 7 lords. It's over. Oh my god, dude. Well played. Well, just well played. Just well played, man. Just well played, dude. Just fucking well played, man. What the f...
Against the M4 World Champs. 3 points, and the playoffs dream is still alive.
One of the best games of Season 11. I would say the best game of Season 11, right?
How long it takes? TNC's gonna play their hearts out. And they show
Wow.
after one
GG, man.
we'll take down the next. And then whoever comes up, best believe we'll be prepared.
I am flabbergasted at what we just witnessed here.
All right, man. GG. It's a 45-minute recording, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did watch the entire thing, massive props to you, man. If you've forgotten already, please do go for the voting down below, description and the comment section. Help me out. And also, much love, man, to all of you guys, all right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment down below if I missed anything, or if you guys want to bring up anything, because TNC, it's so unfortunate that their playoff run has ended at the hands of Onyx PH, with them losing 2-0, I believe. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but hey, man, it was a very good run all the way. They beat number 1 and number 2, so even though they didn't make it to the playoffs, they definitely still managed to get a few, bragging rights, I would say. So big props to TNC, man. Much respect. I thought they would just, I thought they would just end up last with no wins or with 1 win like Aura Fire. Definitely not like Aura Fire. Definitely they went out a way, they went out in the way that a Phoenix would be proud of, right? They went out guns blazing, all fire. So yeah, peace out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.